Welcome back to the Traders Network. Michael Yorba, your host, broadcasting to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM iHeart Media Studios and worldwide through yorbamedia.com. All right, I'm joined with Kyle Noonan. He is not only a restaurateur of extraordinary success here in the Dallas Metroplex area, but he's also got a great television show going on here. All right, welcome to the show, Kyle. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, my pleasure. Let's talk about you, your team, your background, your restaurants. I want to get into each and every one of them, and then also I want to get into the television show that you guys have too.
Yeah, we started FreeRange Concepts, which is our company, my partner and I, who was my college roommate at SMU, and we became best friends and have been thick as thieves ever since. We decided about 3 years ago we wanted to start a company together because our skill sets matched so well. I was an art major in college, so I was very right brain programmed, and he was a finance major, so he was very left brain programmed, and our skill sets just matched perfectly. So we decided we wanted to start a company. He was in real estate, private equity world. I was managing restaurants for a large company called Pappas Restaurants, which is Papado, Pappasito's, Pappas Brothers Steakhouse, that company. Great company. And we decided we didn't know what we were going to do, but we knew we wanted to do something. And Josh, my partner, called me up and said, hey, why don't we go bowling one day? And we started looking around for a bowling alley close to where we lived and realized there wasn't any. And that was our aha moment, as they say, where we decided, well, maybe this is the opportunity. Maybe we can figure out why there's no bowling alleys, and can we take that industry that was thriving at one point in this country. And in fact, bowling is still the largest participated sport in this country. But it's become kind of a stale industry, and how can we disrupt that and reinvent it? And that was really where our company was born. We decided to open a bowling alley called Bowl and Barrel, which opened about 36 months ago, right by North Park Mall. And it is doing really well. It did better than we could have ever imagined. In fact, opening night, we had 1,500 people there.
Congratulations.
So it was like drinking out of a fire hose from day one. And that was our first concept. And it's been doing really well for us. In fact, we have two more under construction right now, one in San Antonio and another one in Houston. So we're scaling that brand, and it's been a good horse to ride so far.
Okay, what kind of food do they serve there?
What you would expect at a bowling alley, except with our elevated twist. So we've got burgers and fries and things like that. But the cold beer, we really wanted to get away from the days of stale beer and
right.
And cold nachos and sticky floors, and that you typically associate with a bowling alley,
right?
And really appeal to the sophisticated consumer that we are now. I mean, we're all very savvy consumers, especially in the food world,
right?
And so we knew we had to up our game, and I think we did that. Our food is actually really outstanding there. In fact, people come to just eat at Bowl and Barrel, which I think is a testament when you're coming to have dinner at a bowling alley, but not even to bowl.
Right. Well, now the success doesn't end there. You've got other restaurants. Let's talk about them.
We did. We decided we had another concept, and the concept was born when he and I my partner and I were sitting out on a patio watching this poor woman with a dog on a leash struggling with this dog, and this dog was fighting with her and pulling the chair, and and she was trying to enjoy her meal, but the dog was giving her fits, and that was our next aha moment. So we decided we wanted to make a very, very dog-friendly restaurant and bar, and so the concept Mutt's Canine Cantina was born, where we kind of treat it as a country club for dogs, where dogs are a member. They pay a monthly fee to be a member, and it's set in a 2-acre park with a restaurant, so you can let your dog run around. We have attendants taking care of the dogs. You can enjoy your glass of wine, your beer, whatever it might be, while somebody else is looking out for your four-legged creature. And that concept is done well too. It's really become a fabric of the community, we think, and it's actually pretty interesting to see the singles. It's become
I can see that.
a good dating site for singles.
I can see that.
Dogs are a great icebreaker.
Okay, all right. Location though.
That's right in Uptown. It's off of Lemon, right near the West Village area.
Mm-hmm.
So we opened that about 6 months after we opened Bowl and Barrel, and that again just has taken off. We have about 3,000 members, and it's just doing really well.
All right, there's more.
There's more. We about 4 months after we opened Mutt's, we opened a place called the Rustic. And the Rustic was started by myself and, again, my partner Josh, and we brought in another partner by the name of Pat Green, who's a kind of a Texas country music hero, as they say. He's on Mount Rushmore, Texas country music. That idea was born actually from Josh and I were hanging out having a cold beer, and I think there's a theme there. But we were having a cold beer at his bachelor party, and his bachelor party was at a good friend's ranch down in Texas Hill Country,
Mm-hmm.
and we were just a bunch of guys grilling steaks over an open flame and listening to music and drinking beer and out under the stars and having a great time. And we really thought everybody has a fond relationship with music and fire and stars and that kind of a feeling.
Right.
And we thought, well, can we create a restaurant out of this? And more importantly, can we create it in an urban setting? So we set out to find the real estate for the Rustic, and it happened to be right next door to Mutt's, right on Lemon and 75. And we opened a restaurant and bar with a 3,000 person concert venue.
Wow.
And that was our third concept that we opened. All told, we opened all three in about an 11-month span. So we came out of the gates pretty quickly. Yeah,
that's a huge accomplishment. When we were talking yesterday, you said you started with zero,
right?
And you built it to what kind of a revenue stream?
All told, we're right about $20 million in revenue right now, and we built that in 11 months.
Not bad. That's absolutely. I mean, that's IPO stuff.
It was a lot more than what we anticipated. I can safely say that. We felt like we were getting hit with a hurricane.
Now, you didn't do this single-handedly. You got to have a great team with this.
Oh, well, first of all, I mean, and I told you this yesterday, my partner, who is hands down the smartest guy I know, and he's my best friend and somebody I trust implicitly. It started with having somebody like him, and the relationship we have. 38 months ago, a little over 3 years ago, it was him and I in my home office, writing manuals and concepting things and reading legal documents and whatnot, and that was really where it began. But over the course of the last year or so, we've been able to amass a lot of talent because of our success. Mm-hmm. And now we have right about 500 employees, and we'll probably double that over the next 12 months as we expand, because we have 4 units under construction right now. And so we've been able to amass a lot of high quality people, which in my estimation, that's really the only way we've been able to be successful and keep the ship upright. Mm-hmm. Because it's such a people business, the business that I'm in, and if we don't have good talent, we're destined to fail. And we've been fortunate enough to collect a lot of great talent.
Bro, we got about a minute and a half left on the interview here. Before we switch into what you're going to do in the future, I want to get into that in the next segment. You've got a creative talent for coming up with concepts that hit. So is it just the two of you that come up with these concepts? Do you crowdsource it? I mean, these are amazing concepts, and to be able to open up a series of restaurants and go from 0 to 20 million in 11 months, I mean, there's something different here.
Right. Well, I do all the concepting. And
so you're the brainchild.
Well, from a conceptual standpoint,
okay. Josh
is the business. He has the business acumen. I think we like to really create an experience first and foremost, beyond just coming in and serving drinks or food. It's more about experiential, kind of a thought process. Mm-hmm. And I think probably the world leader in that is Disney. Walt Disney is just great at that. They're not movie company or an entertainment company or a theme park. They're kind of all of it,
right?
And they do all of it very well. And that's a little bit. I mean, we're a long way away from Disney, but that's really who I kind of look at as
well, you didn't have to go bankrupt 13 times to figure it out.
Well, this is true.
That's a big statement.
This is true. We've been very fortunate to have struck a chord with the consumer so far.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it just has to do with having a thought process of wanting to really disrupt what the consumer is experiencing right now and give them something different, a little bit different, not too different.
All right, website for everybody so that they can get to your locations and try this out.
It's FreeRangeConcepts.com.
Perfect. All right, we'll be right back on the other side of this break. Okay.
I'm Dr. James, founder of Diamond Physicians, a concierge medicine practice located in Dallas, Texas. Our Diamond 360 Advanced Physical Exam has been created for people like you who live a high-stress, fast-paced life. Every 40 seconds, someone in the U.S. experiences a life-changing heart attack or debilitating stroke. Negative stress tests and normal cholesterol levels do not exclude you. Half of all fatal heart attacks occur without warning. Diamond goes beyond traditional medicine with the Diamond 360 Advanced Physical Exam. Proven to prevent heart attacks, strokes, and diabetes. Contact Diamond now at 214-395-3491. That's 214-395-3491. Or visit our website at diamondphysicians.com to take the Diamond Challenge. If your Diamond 360 reveals perfect health, receive a full refund. Your loved ones will thank you.
MyComputerCareer.com. Sounds like an online computer school, right? Wrong. In fact, My Computer Career is the area leader for hands-on instructor-led training for career changers going into IT. And the hands-on doesn't end in class. You'll receive one-on-one tutoring and career coaching to help you master your computer skills and to prepare your resume, write powerful cover letters, practice for interviews, and find employment opportunities. Plus, you'll be first in line for new job openings that match your skills through our exclusive network of employers that prefer our students. It's your complete career change program. You'll be surprised at how affordable it is, and financial aid is available, including the GI Bill. So if you thought My Computer Career was just another online school, well, think again. Go to our website at mycomputercareer.com and take the free career evaluation. My Computer Career. Hands-on training for a better life.
NMLS number 99250, 2233 Yale Street, Houston, Texas. Is now the time for you to refinance your house? A lot of people. The refinance market is hot right now. And if you're thinking about it, you don't want to spend a bunch of time if it turns out it's not going to lower your payment or it's going to cost you too much to refinance. It wasn't even worth it. At Texas Lone Star, they'll save you thousands over the life of your loan. If you've been thinking about refinancing, call them. These folks are fantastic. 214-295-8821. 214-295-8821. It's a new year. One of your goals is to get your finances in order. You're clipping coupons. You're looking at different ways to be financially smart. Well, pay less every month for the same house you're living in. Get it refinanced. Texas Lone Star can do it for you, and you will like them. Apply today. Start saving tomorrow. 214-295-8821.
BTJ Consulting was founded specifically to consult with accredited investors on how best to manage their oil and gas investments. The emphasis is not only on direct participation in drilling projects, but includes opportunities in the purchasing of oil rigs, service and equipment companies, real estate, and or the purchase of royalty interest through lease pooling. This strategy further mitigates risk and spreads their clients' investments over the entire sector whenever possible. For more information, call 469-518-5008 or info@btjconsulting.com. 469-518-5008 or info@btjconsulting.com. That's 469-518-5008 or info@btjconsulting.com. And tell them Yorba sent you.
Welcome back to the Traders Network. Michael Yorba here, broadcasting to you on the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM radio studios and worldwide through yorbamedia.com. Sorry, I had a little pause there. All right, I'm joined in studio with Kyle Noonan, localfairdfw.com, right?
That's right. That's right.
All right, Kyle, we've had tremendous success with these restaurants. And what I want to talk about now is what you're going to do in the future. You also have a television show. I want to bring that in. And also, for the young entrepreneurs out there, there's lessons in entrepreneurship here in the show about capital formation, managing the growth so you don't overexpand too fast, and then being able to find the right people, the right team members to work with you to keep that success scalable. Why don't you take it from there?
Yeah, I think the first thing is growth management. We came out of the gates really strong. We, like I said, in 11 months, went from 0 to 500 employees. But then after that, we decided we were going to take 2 years off and from growth anyway, and just get our sea legs and make sure that we were set up. And we early on made the commitment that we wouldn't grow any faster than our talent would allow us to grow. We weren't going to go find a new site without having the talent already, the bench strength already there, in order to do that. And I think a lot of people get out over their skis pretty quickly. It's easy to do, especially when you see a little bit of success. You kind of feel like you have the tiger by the tail and you want to take advantage of it.
And you're bulletproof.
Yeah. And the one thing about business that we all know is it'll keep you humble real quick. Yeah. We've definitely been lucky and we've been blessed to do a lot of things right, but we've made our mistakes too, and we've taken our lumps, and that kind of keeps you in check. Managing growth is a challenging thing.
I don't see any scars on your face, man. You've done well. You've done well. There have been small bumps in the road relative to the success you've had.
That's right. That's right.
But so you're doing the right thing. Go ahead.
Well, thank you. Well, so we took 2 years off from opening anything else. But middle summer of this year, we're going to open 2 more units in San Antonio, 1 bowl and barrel, and a new concept I created called the General Public.
What's that?
It's and everything we do starts with restaurant and bar first. We like to think that we own businesses from a restaurateur standpoint as opposed to own restaurants from a business standpoint. And I think philosophically that helps our approach to always focus on the quality of food, quality of service, putting the guests first, as opposed to eroding the brand by buying cheaper tomatoes because it'll save you a few pennies.
Right.
And so anyway, we created this concept called the General Public, which is restaurant bar first, but it'll have some creative twist to it that we like to do, and a lot of it is centered around live music as well.
So kind of like the Rustic?
A little bit like the Rustic, definitely a different feel, much more mid-century Americana kind of feel as opposed to a Texas-themed place. Not near as big. The Rustic is a monster. We're going a little smaller on this one, but it's still quite scalable.
Got a location yet?
Yes, it's under construction. It's in San Antonio area near La Cantera. Out there by the Six Flags and La Cantera Mall and all that stuff. There's a lot going on over there. A lot of energy in San Antonio right now, and we really like that market. So those both will open midsummer, and then we'll have the same 2 concepts again opening in Houston in the fall. So we'll have four units open this year, 4 new units open this year, and we'll probably I would imagine we'll probably take another 6 to 12 month break before we open anything else after that.
Okay, now let's go double back here, because when you and your partner started this, you're really, you're working managing a restaurant, and he was in the real estate and private equity business. You had to get the money somewhere to start this concept. So talk to us about early entrepreneurship and capital formation, and then the growth that you've experienced and how you've made it to be this sustainable success you have so far.
Sure. Well, each unit we've done, we've is a different equity partner. We've kind of country clubbed each deal, friends and family. Success attracts money,
right?
Obviously. So we haven't had too difficult of a time raising money. And what we found early on, obviously when my partner and I started out, we had this idea of creating a restaurant company. We anticipated that the most difficult part was going to be raising the capital. And it turns out that we were able to raise the capital for our first project in about 3 months. And it didn't take long. And what we learned from that was really the thoughtfulness and thoroughness of our business plan. Mm-hmm. And the fact that people and all of our investors have said this in some form or another, that they tend to put their money on the jockey. Mm-hmm. And so they've liked Josh and I. They believe in our concepts and who we are, and that we're guys that will treat capital well. And so we've had a pretty easy time raising money, oddly enough, which we thought out, or at the onset we thought that was going to be the most difficult part. And I really think it goes back to the idea and the people,
right?
And if you're good on both of those, then savvy investors will be glad to participate.
And talent will find its way to you.
Exactly.
Now, you added something new to it also, and you added a television show mm-hmm. to really augment the promotion of driving customers into your arms. And it's worked out so good. Talk to us about the television show.
Well, the television show, we really we were looking at our P&Ls and looking at this big marketing expense that we were spending. And a lot of money we were spending on marketing. And we kind of thought to ourselves, is there a way to make that a revenue center as opposed to a cost? And so we decided we were going to create a television show that promoted other restaurants, but in the meantime helped build our brand,
right?
And use those marketing dollars that we would normally be spending with publications or billboards or whatever avenue most people use,
social media lately,
social media, all that stuff. We just figured we'd devote all of that money to producing a television show and hopefully turn that into a profit center. And that was where the idea came from. It's done well for us. We shoot each episode in one of our locations, mm-hmm. But the concept's very simple. It's 3 local strangers pick their favorite restaurant, and they each try each other's favorite restaurant and come on the show to review each other's restaurants. And it could be any kind of restaurant, from a food truck to a high-end steakhouse and anything in between. So there's no parameters there. And that's how the show Local Fare was born.
Where is it aired?
It is on KTXA 21, okay. The CBS sister station, and it's every Sunday night at 9:30.
Okay, great. And how long have you had the show?
It's it's a really funny story. I had this idea for this show, and I was talking to a friend of mine who works with CBS, and I just kind of threw it out at him, thinking, just he would blow me off. And he was like, "That's a really good idea. I think I'll get you a meeting." And so I said, "Okay, well, sure." And sure enough, next day he calls me up and says, "Hey, I got you a meeting. Can you come in tomorrow and present your idea to CBS?" And I said, "Sure." And I walked in, and I didn't really know what to expect other than what he had prepped me for, which was they're probably going to laugh at you, and they're probably gonna tell you no. And even if they do tell you no or tell you yes, you're probably going to get maybe 6 episodes for, a Tuesday night at 2 a.m. kind of time slot and a little trial run. And after I presented the idea, they CBS looked at me and said, we want this to be a weekly show. We want 52 episodes, and we want to start within a month. And that quickly became.
Gulp.
Yes, exactly. That was probably the biggest freak out moment I've had. And so that quickly I became a television producer somehow. And we've kind of scrambled to get it done, but we did. And, again, going back to the team, if you get enough people pulling in the right direction, you're going to find success. And the show's done really well for us. It really has. The ratings have been great, and I don't know if we're going to expand it to other markets or not, but that's a potential.
Great. I'm glad to have such a success story for you, that you provided to us here in Dallas. All right, one last time, contact information for you, your restaurants, so everybody can get out there.
It's freerangeconcepts.com.
Great. All right, Kyle Noonan and his team have done a great job. Don't forget, watch the show, Channel 21, KTXA, 9:30 p.m. on Sunday. Thanks for listening.